Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're talking about the prepping. So prepping, what is it and should we all be doing it? I quite often on my channel refer to myself as a prepper. If you're probably aware that it is a prepping channel, but it does cover the whole array of as a subject, which is also of course covered by the preparedness. But few of you recently have joined and obviously joined from the different videos, things like maybe cooking videos or gardening videos. And when I do refer to myself as a prepper, I had a few questions and people actually asking, what do you mean? What do you mean you are a prepper? What does it actually mean? And then some people then following the conversation saying, well, should we actually all be preppers? Should we all be doing what you're doing? So it was kind of a good idea, I think, to bring this video out too, especially if you're new to the prepping idea or thinking of starting prepping. So firstly, if you actually have a look anywhere online, be it at Wikipedia, and actually search the word prepper, it comes up as a prepper is now a movement for people that prepare for the emergency. And it's only recently they called it a movement, because before preppers were just preppers, okay? And many years before, people used to do similar sort of things, but we weren't called preppers then. People were just thinking of having a common sense, having some food, know how to do certain things. There was just a common sense. The prepper word did not exist. But since the recent few years, the prepping kind of accelerated a little bit due to the things that have been happening in the world, and of course the media got involved, and suddenly everybody who's doing a little bit of or a lot of preparedness has now been branded a prepper. However, before, preppers used to have a little bit of a bad name, to be fair, because the media again made it sound like we are doomsday preppers. We're all preparing for the apocalypse, or preparing for the zombies, or we all tin hat wearers, that kind of thing, conspiracy theorists. There's a lot of this being sort of going around, but again, gladly, in the recent years, this stigma starting to wear off a little bit, because I think they're starting to understand that prepping, you can't just brush preppers with one brush. We're all different, okay? And yes, some people do prepare for the apocalypse and the end of the world and that kind of thing. That's absolutely fine, okay? This is a personal choice, but there are some people, like normal people, just prepare for little things. I'm going to try not to use any abbreviations today, because if you are new to, then they probably wouldn't mean anything to you. So I'm going to just try to use a simple words and explanations. So if you now, guys, have a look anyway, maybe on the YouTube, and you have a look and you put in a search, say prepper or preppers, there'll be a lot of things coming up on there. And unfortunately, not all of them are that particularly kind to the eye, and somewhat a little bit scary. But again, you got to understand that preparedness, and I feel why I think some people actually been put off of potentially starting prepping, because they're scared to be brushed on with that name, a prepper. Because again, if you have a look, all this sort of, a lot of the videos out there, they are very much into politics, which is absolutely fine. We're talking about the need to talk about what's happening in the world, what's happening in the industry, because this is kind of a big part of the preparedness. But I totally understand if you're kind of new to the prep and want to start, when you start looking at those kind of videos, I can see why it's a little bit off-putting. So again, this is where I think it's a good idea to bring out this video to kind of dilute the whole stigma about the preppers, and to let you know that not all preppers are actually the same. Because see, originally the word prepper has originated from America, and yes, again, by looking at the videos you find online, it is very much concentrated on wearing camouflage, stockpiling some ammo, building bunkers, living in the woods, that kind of thing. But again, the rules in UK are totally different, so your preparedness journey will be totally different to what you see there. So the preparedness comes in different shapes and sizes, and in fact the different walks of life. So anybody could be a prepper, and chances are you already are. If you have a look again, there is a kind of a division between the male and female preppers. Hopefully I'm not going to get shot down for this one, but not in a bad way at all. But you see, if you have a look and follow the male preppers, the guys like to be in the forest, hunting squirrels, starting fire with a flint, that kind of thing. And when it comes to the ladies' preparedness, we're more concentrating on learning different skills, maybe trying to become a bit self-sufficient, knowing how to cook food, how to preserve food, and that kind of thing. Not saying those things are totally not interlinked, because they are. Because again, the guys that are going in the forest doing that thing also know how to cook, or probably hoping know how to cook and preserve food, and vice versa. But again, when you start in your preparedness journey, you can make a choice, okay? And chances are you'll be starting with a gentle little baby steps. And of course, the first steps I'll suggest, you won't be the one starting to go hunting in a forest, but the first thing would be trying to get and stock up some food. But we come back to this probably in a different video. So talking about the preparedness. So My view, guys, is okay. And again, a lot of preppers will look at it differently because everybody's prepping journey would start it somewhere, okay? It depends, but for many, to be frank, it's probably started in the 2020 during you know what, when people are queuing up in the supermarkets because they couldn't get toilet paper, that kind of thing. But for people like myself, my preparedness journey started many, many years ago because this is how my grandma used to live. And this is the motto of my channel, is that preparedness is a way of life. Because I look at it as a preparedness as having skills, knowing how to grow your food, do the best you can, trying to be self-sufficient, trying to order pharmaceuticals as much as possible, knowing how to preserve your food, and knowing how to store your food as well. They are the key elements of prepping. Of course, alongside of other skills that we need to be learning, and amongst other things we need to be stockpiling. So there are preppers, guys, that, like I said, that will be preparing for, say, the end of the world or the apocalypse, or potentially for nuclear war. And of course, some of us, to some extent, hopefully, obviously it's not going to happen, but some extent still potentially prepare for it. But the basic preparedness, guys, is a small little things that could be happening in your life. Be it a loss of job, be it you suddenly say, for example, broke your foot and you can't go to the supermarket, because many people now do supermarket shops pretty much on a daily basis. And to be fair, you might not always able to get a delivery home from, say, Tesco's or Asda because the slots could be booked. There could be any economical things. There could be power outages. There are so many things that's covered under preparedness. And again, if you don't follow the channel, I have done a video last year, and you probably, or hopefully you're aware, that the government has brought in the preparedness website, where the government themselves actually encouraging people to prepare for all those eventualities. And again, they're talking about the cyber attacks, they're talking about the power outages, they're talking about the, say, lack of water or no water in any instances. They're talking about the, many things there. So if you haven't looked or haven't seen the video, I put the link up there. But the whole point is now government's actually telling people to prepare. Because if you compare us as a country to other countries, I think we're probably one of the least prepared countries, because everybody else so far, as I'm aware, or many countries, in fact, already had the websites and all the information for people to know what to do in emergencies. Yet for us, it's only come out last year. So, and I'm going to speak in on my own behalf as for my preparedness. My key preparedness, okay, amongst any other things I have, again, on the slightly survivalism part, is to make sure, okay, that my family has food, has water, and trying to rely on anybody else as least as possible. So that's meaning, guys, that having your pantry full of food is a very good idea and should be your number one priority. Even if it's just been for a week or two, having food, because we all can't do without food, it is very, very important. And of course, at the same time, water. Water is very underestimated and very important as well. The second skill for me is knowing how to preserve your food, okay? Whether it's been a dehydrating your food, doing the pickles, anything like that, it's a key point. Because then if you grow your own food, or if you're to find a, say, bargain deal in a supermarket, you know how to deal with that. Because again, one of the predictions, guys, for the 2025, my feelings and my predictions that I covered on the video a couple of weeks ago, one of the things, and a very highly possible thing, is actually either economical disaster or economical collapse, or in fact the lack of food. Be it for any reason of the power outages, farmer strikes, or anything else, food is going to be a problem. I see numerous amount of articles, and I do try to bring them out to you as when I see them, like, more than once, if that makes sense, without repeating it, but they're constantly telling us there's going to be an issues. And again, this year so far, already seen the projected shortages on, say, the cauliflower and broccoli because of the really bad weather. Again, sorry, it's neither here or there, but the point is things will be happening and you need to be prepared. At the same time, of course, preparedness or having a food in your pantry, it does kind of saves you from inflation, because again, inflation predicted to be 3.4%, okay? And chances are we know that it's going to be far more than that. Maybe not the reported figures, but the prices will be still going much higher. Even looking at the last year, certain things increased by 100%, which is absolutely ridiculous. The best example I can give you is olive oil from, or now not so good olive oil from Lidl, that used to be £2.69 a litre and now is £7.49. This is an absolute huge increase. So my point is, if you use this on a regular basis, And again, I'm just using this olive oil as a just great example, but there are many products that have actually changed and increased the same way. So for example, then if you had your pantry, like I did, I used to buy a lot of that olive oil, paying £2.69 and just put it in a cold, dark place. So that means now I wouldn't have to pay that kind of money, saving myself over £5 or almost £5 on each bottle of olive oil. Just imagine if you did this with tins, if for certain things that you consume on a regular basis. Because again, many tins will last you many, many years past the best before date. Again, which we'll cover in a different video. So if you now, say, bought a tin of baked beans for 6p 2 years ago, for example, not 2 years ago, but they used to be 6p or 8p for the budget brand a few years back, and now it's at 28p. Yes, this is not a huge increase, if that makes sense, because it's such a small amount of pennies, but there are foods out there that constantly going up in price, be it a meat or anything else. And the difference in prices could be astronomical by the end or mid this year. So you can see, hopefully, the build-up of the prepping, okay? It's not just that disaster thing. It's just not. It's so much more than that. It is literally a way of life. It's understanding what you can do with the food that you grow. It's making sure your pantry is full. At the same time, of course, as an emergency, you have to have other things, which I've covered on the videos before. So the emergencies, if you have to leave your house, you need to have plans. You need to have understanding what you will do in each emergency. And again, I've done multiples of videos covering every single thing. We even plan the bags of things you need to have as an emergency. I've done the videos on the foods that you can sort of stockpile without needing to cook. It is all there, and it's very, very big part of the preparedness. So basically, my point is, guys, if you're preparing for lack of food or potential job loss, that kind of thing, you can always rely on your pantry. If you then choose to then proceed and then expand and learn your skills, because again, as a prepper, learning different skills, it's a very, very important thing to do. Because nowadays, let's be frank, we're also used to just doing things or having things done for us. Say if you need something fixed, and you'll call somebody in, pay them to do it. But there could be possibilities, there could be scenarios whether those things are either unaffordable or those people just no longer exist. So in the end of the day, you have to rely on the skills that you have. And I totally understand you cannot learn to do anything, but the basic skills that you think you can do by yourself, it is very important. If, as well, guys, say talking about the foraging, if you're into foraging, I can always stress enough to say, teach those skills to your family as well. Because if you're no longer about or not about, your friends and family need to know how to survive without you. The same thing, if you follow, you know, guys, I'm trying to learn some basic DIY skills from Mr. Daniel, because again, I need to know, or I want to know how to do certain stuff. But of course, we're talking, this is like a further steps into your preparedness journey. And of course, one of the things as well that I briefly touched in the beginning, it's actually important, very important to know what is currently happening in the world. I know there are a lot of people that have their heads in the sand, because it is overwhelming to what is happening, and not everybody wants to kind of binge on that kind of thing on a regular basis. But is a prepper is one of the key things you got to do to understand what is actually happening. Because at the end of the day, okay, there is a first thing before the whole stocking up bit, anything like that, all the skills, it's actually knowing or understanding potentially what will be happening. Because chances are of the alien invasion right now, it's not very high. Yeah, we're talking about probably like 0 to 1%. Chance of, economic collapse, you gotta have a higher chances. Chances of food shortages even higher. So before you start your preparedness, you got to look around. You got to understand what is happening. So then you can make your educated choices and actually start preparing for the issue that could be imminent, rather than for something that is not going to happen for the next, 10 or 100 years or at all. So to me, guys, preparedness is all of those things. As I said, to different people, that be a different matter. To somebody else, the key of preparedness will be running around in the forest with a gun shooting a squirrel. That's absolutely fine. But I think as an average person living in the UK, because we're not allowed to have any sort of weaponry legally, technically, this is the kind of thing that I'm preparing for and the things I'm striving to achieve. And of course, striving to be self-sufficient, it is one of the main key for many preppers. But unfortunately, the lack of space and the land that you need to achieve that, it's a bit of a problem. But again, it doesn't hurt dreaming about it. So guys, now the question is, should you be a prepper? Do you think everybody should be a prepper? Well, to be frank, guys, I think everybody should have a degree of preparedness under their belt. We just covered, hopefully, in easy terms, and hopefully you understand what the basic preparedness is. Okay, it's just literally having that safeguard. It's like an insurance on yourself and your family if something happens. So yes, I absolutely think everybody should be a prepper. Again, doesn't have to be to the extent of anything else, but just having some food stashed away. Because totally understand as well, guys, prepping is a journey. That's what I always say. Because unless you're really a millionaire, you can't just go into the supermarket and spend like thousands and thousands of pounds on your, tin food and goods. Everybody would, we have our limits. We have financial limits. So you can do this a little by little. So doing that will guarantee you that if little emergency happens, at least you can feed your family. And of course, you'll have some water, hopefully, behind your belt as well. Because once you start getting to the kind of mindset of preparedness and understanding, to be fair, that the less you rely on the outside world, the better it is for you and for your family, especially for the things that are actually planned for ourselves as a nation, or in fact in the world, by 2030, you'll soon understand that this is just going to be your first step, and hopefully it give you a little bit more of kick up the bum to actually take up the prepping a little bit more seriously. But one thing I would advise you to do is not to put yourself into the bracket of prepping, because once people label themselves, I think especially with that word, because it kind of had a little bit of stigma to it, I wouldn't box yourself into that if you don't want to. Or you got to understand that so long as you just have some food, have some water, and know understand how to do basic food preservations and maybe some growing, that is going to help your family quite a lot. So anyway, guys, well, hopefully you found this video a little bit helpful. As I said, I've tried to keep it kind of simple. There's a lot. The whole preparedness thing is really like a lot to talk about because it is quite a vast subject, and especially after you've been doing this for a while like myself. But again, any questions, guys, please comment down below. Have a scroll through my prepping videos playlist. There's loads and loads of information there. But of course, I will be doing some more videos about that as well. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. Please don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.